mythical player, and I'm going to be talking to you about Rengar and the state of Rengar in Season 6. So Rengar's an assassin who, to unlock his full potential, goes full AD. He uses a lot of items, like Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge, that actually a lot of ADCs use, and you know that Season 6 totally revamps these items, catching Rengar in the crossfire as Riot tries to make the ADC role more fun, you know, less, i.e. Static Shiv, Last Whisper, Bloodthirster, boom, there we go. So if you guys don't know, I'm a Rengar main with 200k points in him since the Mastery system came out, but I'd actually been playing him before, and I've carried myself out of bronze and into gold with Rengar in Season 5, and he was an amazing champion, just my favourite, one of the best assassins. I used to play Kha'Zix, and then, well, you couldn't one-shot with Kha'Zix, really. The one-shot combo didn't really one-shot with Kha'Zix. But Kha'Zix is still good, yeah, but, you know, Rengar's better. Anyway, so, in Season 6, every single item that Rengar used in Season 5 is different, which is pretty big, so we're going to have to remake the whole build. And so one of the most game-changing changes for Rengar is the Tiamat change. The AD's been lowered drastically and the passive has been totally removed, so this just destroys your wave clear with it, and like it's just a waste considering how weak it is now. So in Season 5, all Rengars used to get Tiamat alone because it was such a good item, and they didn't used to upgrade to Ravenous because it was kind of just a dump of gold. But now in Season 6 we're going to have to do that because of just Tiamat being rubbish. And your favourite jungle item, Ranger's Trailblazer, is being totally removed from the game, which leaves to question how Rengar will cope early game, considering Ranger's Trailblazer was literally how he survived. His W heal didn't really mean a lot, and this also poses a problem for other junglers like Rengar with bad staying early game, like Kha'Zix and other champs. However, Tracker's Knife is being introduced into the game, and this is really good considering green wards, sight wards have been removed, and Tracker's Knife actually comes equipped with sight wards, so junglers have a much easier time remembering to actually ward, because they have wards with them all the time. If you use the wards correctly and like put them in the enemy jungle and stuff, you could get really good picks with Rengar, and it will improve early game. Yeah, so Warrior's been changed, the AD's been increased by a lot, but the arm penetration's been removed, and so it's a more early game orientated item than before. This is definitely a good item for Rengar early game, unlike the old Warrior, but you should definitely solve it for Youmuu's late game, because that is also a really strong item. Youmuu's itself is a much better item for ADCs, but not so much for Rengar now, considering the crit chance has been removed. But the AD is really high now, and the active is still good for Rengar. So picking this up as a replacement for Warrior is generally a good idea in Season 6, because this still provides the necessary armor penetration, which Rengar needs and Warrior doesn't have. So Lucidity Boots, one of the core items on Rengar's build, the CDR's been reduced from 15% to 10%, but it actually reduces the cooldown of some spells by 10%, which is actually really, really good. You can make more flashy plays, and I'm pretty sure some, if not most, ADCs will be picking this up. I know my boy xoxo would love this item. Yeah, and it now costs 200 gold less, so it's 800 gold now, which is good considering it's only got one component, which is boots. So Last Whisper is just a rubbish item on Rengar now because it reduces bonus armor instead of total armor. So that's a bit stupid if you're going on an ADC with 20 bonus armor with an item that reduces bonus armor. I mean, that's why Rengar needs just total armor penetration to penetrate all the armor. So in Season 6, Infinity Edge retains its passive, which makes your crits. But it loses a lot of its AD. This is obviously in the hope of making it a less dominant item, just freaking first buy Infinity Edge and rolling ADCs. But it's load in price, and so it's not looking one of the most expensive items in the game. But this is a really nice item for Rengar overall, because it will massively increase your burst with the passive. So, Phantom Dancer, one of the main items Rengar uses to achieve 100% crit chance, has been lowered in crit chance 30%, which makes the Sword of the Divine build, that deck I made, just, it doesn't work anymore. 30 plus 30 is 60, and then Youmuu's reduced crit, and yeah, it just doesn't add up to 100. I mean, you guys can do the maths, right? So, and the new passive isn't good on a one-shot oriented build, because the last person you hit is going to be dead, and they're not going to be doing damage to you. So this isn't really too good on Rengar. Building 2 of these is no good at all. It's just a massive gold dump. So right now I should be flashing up a little TXT document, which is a build I've made, and it just goes Tracker's Knife, Warrior, swap out for Youmuu's late game, T-Mat, Ravenous Hydra, Lucidity Boots, Triforce. This will give you 40% CDR, which is amazing. Then Infinity Edge for the passive, and then Static Shiv, which will give you the passive, which is more burst, and it will give you 70% crit chance in total, or 71% if you have the 1% crit runes. So the one-shot combo will be 1,800 damage from your Q, 242 damage from your Hydra, 280 from your E, 130 from your Battle Roar, including armor stats and magic resist stats. So that's a total of about 2,400 damage to an ADC with 80 armor and 30 MR. I know I might have done the maths wrong, but that still looks pretty OP. This is best case scenario though, so if you get the closest range on your Hydra, you crit on your Q, and you crit on your Static Shiv as well, because you can crit on your Static Shiv. So, Trinity Force, I chose this because it's a really nice item on Rengar now, even better than it was before. It gives less wasted stats, like basically mana, because mana's been removed, and it gives more, and it gives crit chance and CDR now. And the Spellblade now scales off base AD, which is really, really good. Static Shiv, one of the funnest items in the game, but not really seen that much on Rengar. Well, kind of does, silver. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty good now, because the passive adds a lot of damage to your burst, and the crit chance has been raised to 30%, which is the same as the new Phantom Dancer. So, I would definitely recommend going Shiv instead of PD. Even though PD does look cooler, but still. So overall in Season 6, I think Rengar pretty much in the same position as he was before. I mean, his burst damage is now going to be a little higher, but the 100% crit chance has been removed from the game, and also there's more counterplay available, because squishy targets that he focuses, like the ADCs, some of them being reworked entirely, so people like Graves could easily turn on Rengar and just one-shot him instead. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Spinning around, lost and found, just trying to